guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm sorry about my voice. I have really bad allergies every day basically, but today it's very bad, so if I sound very nasally, that's why. But today I bring you a list of movies to make you cry, because who doesn't love a good cry while watching a movie? To be completely honest, I cry pretty much with 70% of the movies that I watch, probably. I cry very easily. I had to ask other people to help me with this list because I have a lot of movies in which I have cried. I could be watching an episode of MasterChef, I've cried. You bet that I've cried watching American Idol. But these movies, I guarantee that even if you have a heart of stone, you will cry with at least one of these movies. I guarantee that. And if not, then let me know in the comments, because I don't believe you. Okay, let's start the list with a very obvious one. I'm going with the Pixar choice because, of course, Pixar is designated to make us cry, to hit us right in the feels, and I'm gonna go with Coco. Even though I've cried with every single Pixar movie I've watched, probably, except maybe The Incredibles. I didn't cry watching The Incredibles, but even with Pixar shorts, I cried with Pixar shorts. The last one, the little dumpling one, oh my gosh. Coco, to me, was a very special film because, of course, it was about a Latin boy, a Latin family, and I really enjoyed watching that. But his relationship with his grandma was very special, and also his great-grandma. Her character made me cry so much, especially towards the end. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you know what Coco is about. I don't really need to explain it in detail, but basically Coco is about a Mexican boy who goes into the land of the dead, and he tries to find out who his dad is, or he thinks he knows who his dad is, and he's trying to connect with him through music, because that's what he loves to do, and all his family hates music and doesn't allow him to do music. Just like every other Pixar film, it hits you right in the feels. It's very much about family and following your dreams and being close to your family, which is something I identify with a lot. I'm very close to my family. Yeah, it's just it's not sad, it's just so heartwarming that you can't help but cry. Second movie I'm going to talk about is A Star is Born. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go to the movies. If it's still at the theaters, you should go watch it, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be nominated for the Academy Awards, either for Best Picture or Best Soundtrack, probably. Maybe Lady Gaga will be nominated, maybe Bradley Cooper. I hope they will, because it's truly one of the best movies I've seen this year. And it's another movie that I cried at least 3 times in. This is the 4th time that it has been made, but I've never seen the other movies, the other Star is Born movies, so I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything, so it was pretty shocking to me by the end. I was surprised and I was sad. It's a very sad movie. It's about a woman who has a dream of becoming a famous singer, and she meets famous singer Bradley Cooper, and they begin a relationship, but it's a very pure and real relationship. It shows you the hardships of, being in the spotlight and being a new superstar, and, maybe leaving behind what your true self is, and maybe becoming something else for the fame, and also being in a relationship and caring for that relationship and making that relationship work. When Lady Gaga sang for the first time, I cried. Then when she sang for the second time, I cried. And then at the end. And if you don't cry at it, you have no heart. The next movie I'm going to talk about is another animated movie, and it's by Studio Ghibli. It's called Grave of the Fireflies. I have never met a person who hasn't cried watching this movie. It's a very sad movie, and I guarantee you at least one tear will roll down your cheek when you watch it. It's about a boy and his little sister in Japan during World War II, and there's bombings happening, and they are separated from their family, and they have to basically fend for themselves and try to survive during the war. The film basically shows the effects that the war had on human lives. It's truly heartbreaking and depressing, but it's still brilliant, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of Studio Ghibli. Another bonus Studio Ghibli film that I cried really hard watching was When Marnie Was There. I'm not really gonna talk about it, but if you want to check out another really great film to cry with, you should check out When Marnie Was There. The next movie I'm gonna talk about is Lion. I saw this movie on Netflix, I think it was a year ago, but wait, I think I've talked about this movie on my channel before. This movie was nominated for the Oscar, I think maybe 3 years ago, but it's about a boy who, when he was like 5 years old, he was separated from his brother because he got on a train in India. Basically, he was never seen again by his family. Eventually, he got adopted by an Australian couple, and then when he was an adult, he set his mind to look for his family in India. It's not necessarily sad. It is one of those, heartwarming stories that you can help but cry. It was very deserving of the Oscar nomination. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I've only seen it once though, and now that I'm talking about it, I kind of want to see it again because it really is a great movie. And of course I cried, and you probably will too. The next movie that I'm going to talk about is Life is Beautiful. Life is Beautiful is a movie that was released in 1998. The movie is about a Jewish family who are transported to concentration camps. The father and the son get separated from the mom, so the dad is pretty much set into protecting his son from knowing what is actually happening to them at the concentration camps. So he creates this game, and he makes his son think that what they're actually doing is just playing a game. They're just playing hide and seek. Nothing bad is actually happening to them. That's what he wants his son to think. It literally breaks your heart. So the next movie I've also talked about on my channel before, but I just love this movie so much. I probably mentioned it at least 2 or 3 times already in different videos, but it's Your Name. Your Name is about a boy and a girl who... Oh, Luna is trying to come in. Your Name is about a boy and a girl who magically swap bodies. The boy lives in the city, the girl lives in more of a rural part of Japan. They somehow build a connection between each other just by living each other's lives. This movie will probably make you go, what the heck is happening? Because it just goes through so many loops and time traveling stuff. I'm just gonna say it, whatever. I don't know how to explain this movie without spoiling it if you haven't seen it, but it's one of those movies that is just very magical. It just has this like magical feel to it, and I love that so much. I cried so hard watching this movie. The credits were rolling and my face was red like this, crying so hard. I think it was a mix of just like the magic and the connection between like the boy and the girl, and also the music in it. The music was beautiful, and everything together just made me like just cry so much. But yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I think this movie is a masterpiece. It's one of the best anime movies that I've ever seen in my life. Yes. And that was the list. Those were the movies that I think will probably make you cry. They made me cry, but like I said before, I just cry with every single movie. Like I watched Wreck-It Ralph yesterday, or Ralph Breaks the Internet yesterday, and I cried. I just cry with everything. But yeah, if you've seen these movies and you didn't cry, please let me know below. But also let me know what other movies are really, really sad. What movies have made you cry, because I really want to cry some more and watch more sad movies. That's just my jam. I love movies like that. Before this episode, I did movies to watch when you're feeling sad. So movies to lift up your spirits. So if you haven't seen that one, go watch it. But what other list would you guys want me to do? Leave me a comment, and I will see you guys later with another video. Bye!